My name is Chris Hiott, and this is the Saga of Big Daddy.
I'm thinking about shooting the one to the left.
If you want to shoot it, you can.
I think I should.
It's up to you. I'll get it on video if you do.
I can't hear you.
If you want to. David.
I don't know. That's just such a perfect shot for me right now.
Go ahead and shoot him then.
What?
Go ahead and shoot him.
Do you think I should shoot it now? I shot it. I know I did. He's down. I saw him go down. I saw him go down. I see him on the ground. I see it.
Hey, how's it feel to shoot your first deer?
Awesome.
Take your hat off. Take your mask off. Hey, what took you so long?
I don't know.
Were you scared?
No.
Was that fun?
Yes.
You want to give him just a minute? We'll go look for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't feel the gun go off at all. I didn't feel it at all.
Did you have it on his heart?
Yes.
He jumped up there just like a heart shot, you know it?
I know. I saw the. I could see the bullet hole.
All right, let's go get him.
Okay, let's go.
Here you go. Put another shell in real fast. Oh, push it back up. Push it back up. Put the safety on. All right, you ready to go try to track that deer?
Yes, sir.
Let's go track it. Got some blood? Okay, keep on tracking.
There's a bunch of them right down there.
Where?
Right back down there.
This is a dead deer.
See all that blood down there?
Keep on tracking that blood. See him yet? There he is right there.
Arrow sticking out of him.
Dude.
See what you got, big guy.
So, Taylor and I met through a mutual friend. We had both asked the landowner permission to hunt this property that we both, I guess, been scouting out, unbeknownst to each other.
One day I was at my house and I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden I get a text from Justin Grogan, and he's like, "Hey man, could I come over and talk to you?" So I was like, sure, don't really understand why you want to come to my house and talk to me. At the end of our conversation was like, oh, by the way, I have a picture of this buck, and it's on a friend's property, and I think that it's bedding on a property that's adjacent to it, and I know you're good at getting permission to hunt places, so I was going to tell you where it was at and see if you might could get permission to hunt. So he shows me exactly where it's at. I literally picked up the phone and called the landowner immediately and got permission. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just got permission.
And so we kind of got together. The landowner introduced us to each other. We exchanged a few text messages and had made plans to go out and meet on the property and kind of do some scouting together. What Taylor didn't know is that I'd already had a camera on the property for a couple weeks at this point, and had gotten a really nice picture of what is probably it is the biggest deer that I've ever seen in person, or at that time had ever even gotten on a trail cam.
Me and Chris decided to go out to the property to kind of scout together, and I kind of wanted to really see who I was going to be hunting with ultimately. I didn't know who I was going to be in the woods with or who I was going to be sharing the property with, so I wanted to get to know Chris. And the first day that we went out to scout the property, I'll never forget, we get up to this ridge point and we look off the edge, and Big Daddy stands up, and all you see is this monster rack of antlers, and it's like one of the biggest deer I've ever seen in Alabama, if not the biggest. And my emotions got the best of me because I had already kind of decided I wasn't going to tell Chris about this buck. And then next thing you know, I'm like, man, that was a huge deer. Like, that's a buck you don't even tell your dad about. You know, you don't tell anybody about.
And I thought, well, I think I've just made a huge mistake bringing Taylor out here. What was I thinking, having him come out here and meet me? I thought, there's no way that our first trip out there together, we're gonna, see this deer. I thought there's no way he'll ever know about it till I'm showing him pictures of him, dead.
What ended up happening actually that day, we went back to the truck, left, and it was like an hour left of daylight. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, that buck's out there, and there's an hour left of daylight to hunt. So I went back in with my crossbow, and I scouted mainly to try to figure out where I was going to set up the next morning. And I found just this incredible amount of rubs, like just tree after tree after tree was just shredded. I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna come back and hunt here in the morning. So I just started dropping milkweed and trying to figure out what the thermals and the wind were doing. And then about that time, I realized as the evening kind of came in, the thermal shifted. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wait in the morning and see when they shift going back the other direction and then come in. So that's what I did. I waited till about an hour after daylight is about what it was, and then went in, got in my tree, and had my first encounter.
Good morning. It's January 9th, and I scouted and found a rub line along some cedar trees and found a bedding area, and came and sat it this morning on a perfect wind. And I've been watching my target buck, a big 10-point, walk around and couldn't get a shot, and now he's bedded right down from me about 30 yards in between a bunch of cedar trees. I'm just watching him sleep right now. So I'm hoping that he gets up and he comes my way and he presents me a shot and I execute it perfectly. I've never been able to sit here and watch a buck so big just sleep. It's incredible. But gotta pray that he comes to me. So either way, it's a really amazing encounter. And I pray it works out. ambulance came through not too far away, and it caused a pack of coyotes maybe 70 yards away down the hill to start going absolutely bonkers. Buck stands up out of his bed, walks up the hill, and then meanders down this ridge line. So I have a rough idea of where I think he's gonna go, so I'm gonna try to cut him off and get over and set up on him in a different spot, but it really sucks. Well, good morning. It's January, I think 11th, maybe. I am hopeful that today will be the day that I end my Alabama season. I'll end my hunting season for 2021-2022 season. And man, this is a beautiful deer I'm hunting, so I'm just hoping that it works out. So I don't know. Like always, I say we'll see what happens.
Unfortunately, I had continued to hunt for the next several weeks and had not come across Big Daddy. I would encounter buck after buck after buck, and then finally one day, almost at the very end of the season, I found his shed and confirmed his late season bedding area.
Well, my season might be over. I was just coming into my stand spot and I bumped up Big Daddy. I just called Chris. He went running up this mountain here. He was coming down out of his bedding exactly how he's supposed to. I just got in late from work and got to the stand about 30 minutes later than I wanted to. And sure enough, he was coming down, met me. We were at a standstill, couldn't get a shot. So I just called Chris and let him know I bumped him up right to him. And if he follows that travel corridor, Chris will see him hopefully before dark. As slow as that buck moves in daylight, it'd probably take him about an hour, and we got about an hour and 20 minutes left. So last hunt of the season, bumped my target buck. Positive side, he's still alive. Also positive is Chris may get a shot on him, and who knows, he may come back my direction, may swing around and come back through. And but it was a pretty hard bump. I mean, he took off the hill, and I don't know if I'll see him again, but hopefully one of us will. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go climb up in the stand and just thank God for the amazing season it's been. I have 3 missed calls from Chris. It being the last hunt of the season, there's pretty much 3 targets today. One we call Mr. Krabs, one we call Forky, and then of course Big Daddy, the one that we're after. As I told you earlier, I bumped Big Daddy on the way in, so who knows what this call is going to be. But obviously I got 3 missed calls, so I'm about to call him back. Come on. Give me good news.
Hey man,
What's up, dude?
I just pulled the trigger.
On who? Which one?
It was Big Daddy.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'll just wait for you to come get me.
Yeah, and I'll just come straight up the backside of the mountain like you did coming into the stand. And yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I'm so pumped. Oh my gosh. Dude.
I just hope I made a good shot, man.
Dude, I bet you did. All right, so I'm walking out of the woods now. As y'all heard from the phone call, Chris thinks he's not real sure about the shot that he made. So I'm gonna actually go home and I'm gonna go eat dinner. I told him to stay in the stand for a couple of hours and just let the deer die, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a gut shot, but what is worried is he's on that acorn flat on that ridge, and I didn't want him to bump that deer if the deer bedded down close by. So I told him, sit in the stand for a couple hours, enjoy the moon coming out and the stars, and just kind of chill. And then I'm gonna go home and give it an hour or so, and then make the hike up that mountain where he's at. And hopefully we'll have a deer close by, praying to God that he's done. So we'll see what happens. Well, guys, I'm laying down. Chris is up there in the standstill. I just climbed the mountain. Oh, to his stand. And I'm out of breath. We're about to go check the arrow. See what it looks like. If I don't die of a heart attack first. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you right now?
I'd say about 11.
11?
Yeah.
You think he's dead?
Man, I hope so.
Dude,
I hope so.
tell us about the shot.
Well, it was right at dark, and I'd been hearing something over to my left for probably 20 or 30 minutes, and it was just moving so slow, and it was taking forever to come through. And I was honestly about to just leave the stand, and then he just popped out. Yeah, my last sit of the season.
How many hunts do you think you've put in on this deer?
I mean, I don't know, 20?
20, yeah, at least. I've probably put in 50.
Yeah.
So combined, we've hunted this deer for 70 days.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check the arrow out and see what we got.
All right, man, let's do it. There's the tip. Oh, there's the knock.
Let me see. Yep. Has it got blood on it?
No.
It's not blood.
Mm-mm. It's broken off. It may have broken off when it hit.
Yeah. It's stuck in him. I bet.
Oh, he's dead. That's a dead deer.
There's a bullet hole right down there.
Where?
Right back down there.
This is a dead deer.
See all that bullet down there?
He's dead.
Come on, keep going. Keep following it. It turned this way. It's right here. Come on. Oh, dude. Keep going. Turn left.
Oh, there he is. Oh my God, dude. Oh. You think he's dead?
I'd say so. Oh my gosh.
Arrow sticking out of him.
Dude. Holy cow.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude.
I don't even know what to say, man. Oh wow.
What a
Wow.
season.
Yeah. Last few minutes, literally, of my season. Oh my gosh, dude.
There he is.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, just the fact that the chase is over, you know. I mean, that's why you get up at 3:30 in the morning, is to have the opportunity at a deer like this. And you know, I'd seen some other deer on camera that I thought, you know, I would be lucky to take, and then just, I mean, I don't know how many times I've come out here this season, you know, probably 20-30 times, and then on my last sit of the season to have this guy show up, man, it's unreal.
Yeah, it's definitely a storybook ending.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have written it any better.